Welcome to the Weather Guru Podcast for July 22nd, 2026 here. Thanks for joining me on July 22nd edition here. We're going to be talking about the tropical edition, Tropical Storm Bertha. This is as current as of the 11 a.m. Eastern Time advisory here. You're looking at the infrared satellite of Tropical Storm Bertha here, making its way through just past Louisiana here, skirting along the coast here. We're going to get the current information here. 50-mile-an-hour winds is the current information for it. Sustained winds moving west-northwest at 6 miles an hour. Slow movement, but it's continuing. Most of the convection is south here, but there is some tropical storm conditions being felt along the Alabama-Mississippi coastlines right now, and the Louisiana coastlines, extreme Louisiana coastlines out toward the wetlands. But the system blew. Tropical storm warnings remain in effect here for Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi coastlines here, and even part of the Florida Panhandle coastlines from Pensacola to Destin, Fort Walton Beach. And then there's also tropical storm watches in yellow here from the mouth of the Mississippi back towards the Houston, Port Galveston area as well. So there's something to keep in mind here. It's expected to remain a tropical storm throughout the duration of its life here, span here. And we don't expect much rain with this system or much convection here, because most of the convection, as you can see here, is far south of the center of circulation here, and pushed to the west and blown off to the southwest. Basically, wind shear has destroyed the storm, and dry air has gotten entrained into the system. So most of the heavy convection is far to the south and west of the actual center of circulation. Therefore, the models are all in agreement that this will be coming toward the Texas area later on in the forecast period, Thursday and Friday, and making a second landfall, I guess, in there. And it will provide much needed rain to the Rio Grande Valley and into the Texas interior. Now, looking at the water vapor, you can see all the dry air surrounded by the storm here, and you can see the shear. Some high level clouds here providing some moisture in the southeast, and also in the intermountain west here you can see the blue, dark blue, some moisture spilling out into the high plains and in the mountain west. But other than that, dry air, great conditions in the northeast, great conditions in the upper the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley, and also in southern Florida. South Florida, great conditions in the Caribbean as well here. Nothing going on, no other development going on in the Caribbean or the eastern or the Atlantic at this time. We just had the East Pac. The Pacific is obviously pretty developed. But there's Bertha. You can see the dark greens all pushed away from the coast, so that's why the rainfall totals are not going to be high. Even the surge is going to be pretty manageable here. Storm surge 2 to 4 feet, highest towards the Louisiana coastline and the Mississippi coastline, from Bates to Louise and the Alabama border to the mouth of the Mississippi River. 2 to 4 feet is the highest surge expected once Bertha passes by today and later on tonight. Now, 1 to 3 feet of surge from Port Boulevard, Texas, back toward the mouth of Mississippi, and then over toward the Alabama-Florida line to the Osceola River and Big Bend. 1 to 2 feet is all we're expected in terms of surge with the system. So that's pretty good, pretty manageable compared to what it could have been had this been a hurricane or something coming through here this time of year. So we count our blessings on that. Now, interesting to note with this system, you can see that I put it in motion there. You can see that the northeasterly shear continues, but there's been a little blow up here of convection here. Away from the center, just close to the center here, that's been affecting the communities on the mouth of the Mississippi River here in the Delta, Louisiana Delta. So there is some showers that could blow up quickly, provide a little gust of wind here, but nothing too crazy here, ladies and gentlemen. And most of this rain is not going to be affecting the coast here. And so therefore, this rainfall total here, if I can go back, I'm going to go back and show you what the rainfall totals could be with Bertha here. You can see the rainfall potentials are not high with this system. It's going to be mostly rain toward the Victoria, Texas, Corpus Christi, Brownsville area. Maybe 1 to 3 inches maximum here with this system. All the rain is offshore, well offshore. The deep oranges and purples here, 4 to 6 inches, are well offshore with the system. It's not going to be a rainmaker that you typically associate with like a mid-grade or tropical storm, because the convection is not all around the center, all around the quadrants here. So that's a blessing too, but it will provide some relief to the drought relief for the southern Texas and the interior of Texas as well, and a little bit to Louisiana, but not much rain is going to be coming out of the system due to the shearing and everything here. And that's why the flash flood potential has been scaled back here. You can see here by the WPC flash flooding, at least 5% from San Antonio to Laredo, Corpus Christi area, Brownsville, Harrigan. It's been scaled back here tremendously here in this area also as well for Louisiana, Mobile, and Mississippi and the Florida Panhandle, because it's not much rain with the system. It's not going to have a heavy flash flood potential, but nevertheless, the key messages are you need to continue to monitor the storm as it makes its way past Louisiana and into the Arcotec region and Houston area, because like I said, a little bit of rain can still cause ponding on the streets if we do get anything out of this thing. But right now, you can see that it's not really producing much rain, so that's good news. Now, tropical storm force wind field, you can see, like I said, the tropical storm force winds gusting at least, probably on the Mobile Bay side, Pascagoula, Gulfport side, US 98 may be a rough ride, but nothing too crazy. And just getting to the mouth of Mississippi here, the tropical storm force winds here in orange are just getting that. You can see the lopsidedness of the system here. So you may basically, some of these communities here may just have a breezy day coming up today and tomorrow, with winds coming out of the east, northeast, I guess, when the system passes by, and then due east, and then not much precipitation. So that's good news for a majority of communities here along the Gulf Coast here. And of course, we have the arrival of the winds here. It'll be over with probably by Thursday morning. It'll be past you, Louisiana, and then you'll just have the gusty breeze winds and not much precipitation. And in Texas, Houston, you'll get a few rain showers. Into Victoria, Corpus Christi, you'll get rain showers, but it'll be pretty limited here with this system, as I mentioned before. So this is the latest on Bertha. The next advisory comes out at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then intermediate at 8 p.m. and then of course a full advisory at 11 p.m. So we're pretty blessed with Bertha here. Hopefully it provides much needed rain in some drought stricken areas here in Texas and Louisiana, southern Texas and Louisiana, possibly. But overall it's been not too bad of a system here. The next name on the list is Cristobal. I'll keep you updated on the progress of Tropical Storm Bertha and the landfalling locations here later on tonight and tomorrow. Take care. Blessings.